Good morning. I'm Jonathan Gage, and you guys probably know me as GageFighters. I've recorded content for you guys for a very long time, and this is a video that I feel is very important to make. This is a big reveal of something that I've been wanting to tell you guys for a long time. I just could never tell you guys because I didn't want anything to start. I didn't want things to go bad. I didn't want things to, go crazy. But now's the time where I think I'm old enough to take everything. You guys are mature enough to hear this news and be very supportive or be very hateful, one or the other. I'm gonna get this out right away. If you guys are just gonna be hateful, please don't leave a comment. It's not gonna do well. I've said things on Facebook before that has gotten a lot of hate. And those people sometimes get hate from the people that really support me, and I don't want to be the cause of that. So don't leave hate. Keep your hateful opinions to yourself. Don't start anything. It's not worth it. I don't think this is going to start anything, to be honest, but it might. I'm just going to be honest. We've been living in a world of semi-fantasy, being the fact that I could literally record for you guys and be who I want to be, not who I actually am. And I've said to you guys before, I'm never going to be 100% who I really am, because sometimes being who you want to be is different than who you are. And that's where I really think this video is important. As you guys know, I have been going through a lot of trouble depression-wise in the past 6 years. As you guys know, I live with my mom and her parents, and I'm not gonna say it's easy. I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's not, it's not bad. I actually really do like it here. I like the house, I really do. Overall, it's not, but there's some things that you just can't get over, and some things that you just can't forget. And today is one of those days where I have to come out to you guys and let you know what is really happening behind the scenes in my life, because you guys are just as much of my family as anybody else. I decided to live stream this. I want it to be as real as possible. I don't want this to be edited. I don't want this to be cut out. I want to say what I have to say, and I want it to be said. So far, nobody's watching the stream. I kind of would prefer that less people watch the stream, as I'm not going to be replying to comments. I'm not going to be doing stuff like that. This is just merely a video of me telling you guys what's going on, this big news. I am going to pause a couple times, by the way, guys, because this is something I've been debating back and forth, whether or not I want to say it, whether or not I feel comfortable saying it. But my friends know, my family knows, I most certainly know, but I'm going to get into that in a minute. Let's just talk about what I mean, this world of fantasy that the channel has sort of been in. Of me being Jonathan Gage on the channel, me telling you guys how much, I really care. And while that's 100% true, the character that you see of me is not always who I am in real life. And, I've been shooting to become more like that character, more like Jonathan Gage, because, well, I kind of like that character. I like, the censorship. I like the respect everybody. I love the talking to fans, making them happy, making their day better. It puts a smile on my face. It really does. But you know, one thing that some people know is that Jonathan Gage is just that, a character. For 6 years, I portrayed this character of Jonathan Gage. Jonathan Kennedy Gage, to be more specific. People love him. People respect him. I am one of those people. You know, I'm very happy to say that over the course of the last 6 years, I've created an environment on YouTube where people can come in, feel like they're at home, communicate with me, have a great time doing it. I've created many, many great characters. You guys come to know a few, you guys come to love a few. Obviously, with one of your favorites being the horror icon of Anti-Gage. I really, you know, creating that character, I put a lot of thought into it, thinking of, you know, what could I make this character into, and he's sort of the second main character I created for the channel, next to Jonathan Gage. He's the opposite of Jonathan Gage in the way of, you know, Jonathan Gage is a character that always thinks positive, and Anti-Gage is sort of that character, more of a positive influence on everybody else in the real world. And then he can embrace that dark side when he's alone. He can embrace that dark side when he needs to. He can embrace it to people who he really trusts. Because nobody is impenetrable to hate. It gets to us, and it really does. If you guys are wondering why I'm shaking so much, it's kind of chilly in my room right now. But this big reveal is very important to me. It means the world to me, and I'm sure you guys are really going to like it. I'm sure to some people it's not going to make too much of a difference, and to some people they might flip out over it, but, you know, I'm going to ask you guys at this time to, if you are showing support, if you really do support this decision, let me know. Please leave a comment. Please message me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all linked in the description. I will be editing this stream later on, by the way, to add those in the description just so you guys can hit me up if you want to. My fans can always hit me up anytime on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook a lot of the time too. If you guys are just going to hate on it, don't bother leaving any comment. It will just be removed. People who hate will be blocked, because that's not what this is about. This is about me sharing part of my life with you guys, who have really been a big part of my life for the past 6 years. You guys have seen me grow up so much from this 14-year-old boy who was going through so much crap in his life, so much utter crap. 6 years later, like I said, you guys see me grow up so much. I'm a 14-year-old going through so much crap, to graduate from high school on a high honor roll with an advanced regents degree, graduating from college with honors. It means the world to me, you know, to see how far I've come, see how far we've come together, how far YouTube has taken me from making just crappy little funny vlogs with Josh that would just be there to entertain us, to recording Minecraft content, to Left 4 Dead funny clips. It's so amazing to see how far we've come, as well as look at the future. You know, some people say, like, you know, if you don't like swearing, why do you play these games, you know? And it's like, I enjoy the games. I don't look at them as if, you know, they're bad because they swear. I look at them as the theme of the game. You know, some people look at games that say awful words as like, well, don't they influence children? Sometimes they do. I don't think they influence me. A lot of time I get influenced from my parents. And sometimes I feel like sometimes my parents can cause emotions that really should not be caused. I feel like my relationship with my mother has gotten a lot better over the course of these 6 years. Sorry guys, there's a little bug flying around my head. But we're going to talk a little bit about my father later. Nothing negative. This is just going to be my honest opinion. Anybody that watches this, again, positive only. And again, this video is never to be any about hate. This is just about me telling the truth about how I feel, about where I'm at in my life, where I think I'm going. But let's talk about me and my mother's relationship. We've really been getting together a lot more. You know, we've talked more, we've hung out more. You know, it was at one point in my life where, you know, I almost couldn't stand her. And over 6 years, I noticed, like, the separation of my parents have just driven me and my mom closer so much, because now that I know all the crap that she had to put up with, all the crap I had to put up with, all that stress, it's, you know, it's very stressful when your parents go through separation, but it's stressful on the parents too. And it really helped me connect more with my mom. You know, she's never been the richest person, she's never been, you know, the smartest person in the world, but she's the one that I love the most. And she will always be the one I love the most, no matter what. I don't care if she's richer, poorer, smarter, the dumbest person in the world, I don't care. She'll always be the best person in the world to me. And, you know, going through the last 6 years, I think I've learned that I have to let the past go. And that is a big thing. The past ain't coming back. It never will come back. I have to look towards the future. I have to look towards what's best for me, what's best for my family. And that leads me into my big news, guys. I know it's 13 minutes into this video and I'm finally getting to the news, but by the time a lot of people are watching this video, if it's a week from now, I should be legally Jonathan Gage. That's my big news. The day after the 4th of July, I started the process to legally change my name from my previous name to Jonathan Kennedy Gage. And as of the time I'm making this video right now, I'm waiting for one final thing from the newspaper. And after that, it's done. So pretty much, guys, to me at least, and to all of you, I'm Jonathan Kennedy Gage. And I feel so relieved. I feel so free. I feel so glad that I can finally embrace this character that I created so well. And as you guys know, I'm highly religious. I am a Protestant Christian. You know, I'm not going to start religious battles in the comment section either. That's not the way this is going to go, but you guys know that I really believe in God. I believe that He's watching out for me. I believe that there's always been, you know, somebody helping me. I believe He helped me create this character. I prayed for help for so long, for 6 years. And over that 6 years, I sort of became a person who I really wanted to be, a character I tried to portray so much that so many people loved, and they're like, we love who you are, and I would hate to be like, that's not who I am, you know? But over the course of the previous 6 years, I have become Jonathan Gage. You guys have called me Jonathan Gage. A lot of my friends, a lot of my family who respect me call me Jonathan Gage because they know about the past. They know about all the stuff that's been going on. They know about my internal feelings. They know about what the name means to me. And that's what it is, guys. I'm becoming Jonathan Gage. And I feel so happy to finally be free And what do I mean by that? I'm going to talk about that in a second. But let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about what it means. What's I plan for the future. I plan to spend a lot more time with my grandparents, my mother. I plan to spend as much time on YouTube as I can, doing as much work as I can for all of you guys, as you guys have become a big part of my family too. And I will be working. I will be making a salary. So of course, as you guys know, with any salary job, that's going to take up a lot of time in my life, but it's worth it. I got to make this money. I got to raise a family. I got to, focus on maturing, growing up as a young adult. Don't worry, guys. I'm never going to lose that childish side of me. I love that side. It keeps me, I feel young. But I'm really excited to finally, get to work eventually within the next couple months. I'm very excited to eventually get my own car, get my driver's license. I'm actually planning on getting it this Wednesday. And how much involvement do I see my father in my life as of this moment? I don't see it. And, as much as that's going to sting to some people, as much as that's probably going to sting me to admit, as I've been one of the key components of trying to fix my parents' relationship, I've learned over the course of the past year who my father is as a person. I've learned who my mother is as a person. I've learned especially who I want to be as a person. And I can honestly say him and I just wouldn't click. After the 6 years have gone by, this is hard for me to say, guys, because you don't ever want to talk about your father like this, and I do care about my father. I really do. You can't hate your parents, but it's that case of, I'm doing fine without him. In fact, I'm doing much better. And it's that case of, every time he'd always see me, he'd criticize me for something I'm doing, whether it be YouTube, whether it be talking to you guys for help, whether it be going on Facebook asking for help when I'm super depressed, and he would refuse to be there. It's something I would always do was wrong. And over time I thought about it, and I've come to realize he needs to look in the mirror and needs to worry about fixing himself before he worries about trying to fix other people. He always thinks, this is wrong with me, that's wrong with me, I'm doing this wrong, I'm doing this, I guess, unconventionally. Like I'm doing things different. And I don't know if that's worrying him, I don't know if that scares him. I don't know anything about him. And that I assume that's probably right now at this point in my life a good thing. I don't know what, I just assume it angers him to a point, like he flips out. He'll flip on a dime one way or the other, and as well as that's him as a person, and I accept that. I don't need that in my life at this point. I've focused so hard on trying to get my parents back together. I always tell you guys, don't ever quit on your dreams, but this wasn't a dream of mine, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I just completely quit on that. There's no point in trying. I've seen a lot of things in the past. I've seen my mom mature, and this is about me. I need to move on. This isn't about trying to get them back together. This is about me trying to find where I want to be in life, not where I want them to be. So, for people who want a reason, why Jonathan Gage, why? As I'm sure some people are wondering, I did it for me. I didn't do it out of hatred. I didn't do it out of deceit. I didn't do it out of the lies I've been told. I didn't do it out of anything like that. I did it because I want to move on. I want to forget about the past. I want to forget about everything that's happened. I want to forgive, and I want to forget. And you know, at this point in my life, I'm a big enough person to admit that, I need to avoid negative situations. And I don't think being around my father at this point in my life is going to cause anything positive for me. You know, until he realizes that he can't criticize me for every little thing I do, no matter what it is. He's got to learn. Don't make something I do into a negative. Look at the positive side of things. And this is a message to all people. Don't worry as much about my decisions if they're unconventional, if they're different. I wasn't made to fall in line. I was made to stand out. And I really think I'm doing that. I really think with this decision, I'm on that pathway to standing out. I can do something my way, and I can do it the way I feel is the right way. Now, this isn't goodbye. This isn't me saying goodbye to my father's family. This is no goodbye. This is just me saying to him personally, it's going to be a while. It could be anywhere from 6 months to 6 years. Again, I don't know how much time it's going to take, but I need to find it in my heart to forgive and forget. And he needs to find it in his heart to let me do what I know is right. And not criticize me for everything I do different than he would do it. I know what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. It's going to be a while, guys. It really is. And as hard as that is for me to say, I honestly feel it needs to be said. Every time we seem to get together, something goes wrong. Whether it's screaming battles, whether it's arguing, whether it's criticism, something. Nothing ever goes good, and I don't need that in my life at this point. He once said that someone told him he needs to get all people that impact his life negatively out of his life. Sometimes he would refer to me as that negativity. And again, that does hurt. But one thing he said was right. You need to get negativity out of your life. And he's the biggest source of negativity right now in my life. I don't know why. I'm hoping over my life, as long as it takes, I will find out why. But I honestly feel that the best thing for me at this point in my life is to get this name change, have all of you guys going through this with me, because you guys are all my family too. You guys have been through 6 years. We've been through a whole heck of a lot together. And we're here to stay. I'm here on YouTube to stay for a while. I'm not going anywhere. True, I might not upload for a while, but I'm still here. I'm still reading comments. I'm still watching videos that are addressed to me. Some people send me links to videos that they make just for me, like saying 2 GageFighters, and I watch them, of course. Just because I can't react to all of them doesn't mean I don't watch them, guys. It really means the world how much people have stuck by me through the past 6 years. I've had fans since 2013. I've had fans since 2017. And they all mean the same to me. They've been around for a while. I've had friends from 2013, friends from 2017. They all mean the same to me as well. This is something that is very, very important. But so many people always wonder, why do I always say my name is Jonathan K. Gage instead of Jonathan Kennedy Gage or just Jonathan Gage? And that's because the initials JKG, they symbolize so much. They symbolize everything. For so long, ever since 9th grade. Some people call me JKG. It's just that nickname that people always used to call me. And even on YouTube sometimes, some people will be like, "What's up, JKG?" And you know, it's the middle name is very important. A lot of people don't mention it, so I felt I would meet in the middle and say K. Jonathan K. Gage. Because, you know, maybe there's another Jonathan Gage. Maybe there's a Jonathan L. Gage or something like that. And yes, I did just pull the first letter that came in my mind. But each part of the name symbolizes something strong. Jonathan, you know, a lot of people call me John. A lot of people call me Johnny. Some people call me Jay, for like JKG. But, you know, people always say, like, you know, do you like John or Jonathan? And, you know, I say, you can call me anything. But I prefer Jonathan, the full name. It was a name bared from my mother. And the Hebrew meaning of it is gift of God, or gift from God. And I do believe with all my heart that that's what I shoot to be every single day to every person I meet, a gift from God. You know, I have accepted the fact that I can't help everybody. Some people need to help themselves before they can get help from other people. But I try every day to as many people to be a gift from God. So I do feel like I am morally obligated to fit that name. So people always say John or Jonathan. I say Jonathan. K. Kennedy. You know, some people are like, well, why would you name after the 35th president of the United States, John Kennedy? It's like, well, some people, and this will draw politics too. Like, you know, some people will be like, oh, I didn't like John Kennedy. Oh, I love John Kennedy. Great name. It's not from John Kennedy. That's one thing people are always getting confused. The middle name is not a reference to John F. Kennedy. It is a reference to Vince Kennedy McMahon. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who is the chairman of the WWE. Now, why? Why did I choose his middle name? Because it's me showing thanks to him for the company that he created or ran for so long that really helped save me from the darkest parts of depression, the deepest parts of depression. I would come home upset, and what would cheer me up is watching wrestling. Like, I'd look at it and I'd be like, I can do this. I want to do this. And I still have that hope in me that one day I will. As JKG or Jonathan Gage, you know, a famous wrestler, who knows one day. If you guys show support for it, people might hire me. We want to see Jonathan Gage wrestle. You know, I do hold true. I do feel like I have to get in proper shape first, and I am working towards that every day. I am looking to return to college eventually. Not this year, maybe not next year, but eventually I do want to go back to college and get a 2-year degree in science, as well as maybe pick up some athletics as like a minor, or try to like get wrestling in there somehow. Whether that be weightlifting or anything for that matter. You guys mean so much to me. You have no idea. But that's what Kennedy stands for. Not John F. Kennedy, but Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's where it comes from. It is a tribute to the man who really did help me in the time of my life, in the time of depression. And what does the last part of it mean? Gauge. It's a symbol of change. It means exactly what I've been telling people all the time. Gauge symbolizes change. It's a symbol of getting away from the past, a symbol of, you know, forgetting about it, moving on. And that is, well, very important. That's what I'm going to do. Move on. So guys, I really hope you're in support of this name change. I am legally becoming I can't believe it's finally happening. I'm 20 years old. I've been wanting this since I was 14, and it's finally happening. Or I guess I should say it's happened already. Because as you guys know, with name changes, you have to fill out all the paperwork, you have to pay $250, or you can fill out a fee waiver if you don't have the money, which clearly, as you guys know, I'm broke. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I can help that eventually. But you fill out all the forms, then a judge has to sign them, which could take months. Then you have to put an article in the paper about it, and then they send you a form, which you bring to your county clerk, and then it's done. I got the name change form signed by a judge in less than a week. Less than a week I got it signed, and I feel so grateful that the judge read that. He knows how I feel, and he signed it. The judge gave me what I've always wanted to become, Jonathan Kennedy Gage, legally. And it happened. I'm Jonathan Gage. And I couldn't be more grateful for all the support people have given me, for all the love everyone's given me, to always be there for me, especially my family, my grandparents, my mother, all the crap my mother had to put up with by me those 6 years. Like, I understand and I really appreciate it. I appreciate everything everyone does for me. People sometimes say, like, oh, you're so ungrateful. And that's mostly my father that says that. But no, I'm not ungrateful, guys. See, that's a problem. People always think that I'm ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful, guys. I'm grateful for everything I have. And sometimes, I'm not ashamed to admit, sometimes I do have anger management problems. I am looking to get those fixed as well. I want to figure out what makes me angry. I want to figure out what makes me tick. But I do feel like people really need to listen to what I have to say more in my life. And I think that's what angers me, when people don't listen. They think what I'm saying is one thing, and then when they interpret it the wrong way, it just angers me. But I try my hardest to help everybody, especially my mother, who goes through a lot of crap. You know, it's not easy being a mother. You know, or should I say, it's not easy being a single mother. You know, putting your kid through college alone. You know, helping your kid go through college alone. 4 years of high school alone. Like I said, it takes a toll on someone. It really does. And I'm very grateful for everything I have. I'm grateful for everything I could get with money that, you know, was given to me by others, whether that be my family, whether that be by Pell and Tap grants, whether that be by scholarships. It means the world to me. And that's why I'm making this video, because all you guys who have supported me for so long, I am very grateful for, and you guys have the right to know it as well. I am here. I am here. I'm always checking comments. I'm always watching videos made addressed to me. I'm always in support for everyone here. It doesn't matter whether I'm uploading once a week, once a month, once a year, like Santa Claus, maybe only on Christmas Day, but I'm always here. I'm always behind the scenes. I'm always watching. I'm always listening. And that's what I feel like people really need to know, is that no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, I'm always checking my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. I'm checking everything. If someone messages me anything and they just want to talk, maybe they're depressed, maybe they're going through something hard, I'm always here for them. I've always been that kind of person to look towards the positive side of things ever since becoming Jonathan Gage. I've always been that person to try to look at the brighter side, whether that be through, you know, action, through watching from the sidelines. I've always been that kind of person, and I can honestly say that a lot of things I've been through in my life, whether that be the separation, the custody battle, which I was dragged into, by the way, you know, I've kids should never have to go through that. That is very hard on them. But I understand why it happened, and I'm okay with that now. Not going to talk about that. That's none of anyone else's business but my mom's and my father's, so not going to talk about that. But there's just been a lot going on the past 6 years, and to finally get to where we are today, to see college done, to see, looking into jobs, to see Jonathan Gage becoming a real person. I can literally go to the doctors and say Jonathan Gage now. I can go to the DMV and say Jonathan Gage. And it's so awesome. And the biggest hater of them all, well, this whole name change, has always been my father. Now, you can understand that. He doesn't like it, but he needs to accept that, as this is something that makes me feel happy. And, if he really does care about me and, what makes me happy and will make him happy, he'll be a supporter of this too. He'll support me on this. He'll support all the decisions I make in life. And, one day I do hope that we can communicate again. I do hope that our relationship can build. Do I think it ever will? I'm a candidate of never say never. I don't think it'll be quickly. I don't think it'll be within this year. I don't think it'll be within the 2010s. I do believe it will take a while, but I do believe eventually, at some point in our lives, we will come together again, and we will talk, and we will, have a man-to-man conversation about all this, and this is never going to go away. Jonathan Gage is never going to change. It's here, and it's going to be the name written on my tombstone. But the first thing that a real man can do is admit when they have flaws, when they make mistakes. That's something that I've been doing more recently. I can admit I've made a lot of mistakes in my past. I can admit I have anger issues that I need to take care of. And I want to take care of them. I want to find out what makes me angry. A lot of people say maybe it's the past that upsets me, and maybe that's the case. But if that's the case, I just gotta let it go. And this is a big step towards that goal. I'm so glad you guys are all here to support me. I'm so glad that, everybody can be there for that support. Family, friends, lovers of the channel, subscribers, viewers. Heck, maybe you just clicked on this video because you saw some random dude talk and you were interested. If that's the case, welcome. I'm a pretty enjoyable guy once you get to know me. A lot of people know that. I'm very quiet if you don't get to know me. Like, I'm always the quiet kid in class, but I'm very smart. I'm very caring. I care about everybody. If there's an argument between two people, I'm the kind of guy that would sort of try to simmer it down. I've had one person even say, quote unquote, whenever I walk in a room, the mood sort of lifts or sort of just becomes calmer. And I feel like that's because of just the kind of person I am. Like, if I get angry, I sort of bottle it up and I let it out when nobody's around. Or sometimes, I make the mistake and I let it out in front of my mother. And maybe that's just because I trust her. Maybe that's because I know I can be that way around her. Because she loves me. I don't say this enough. I feel like I should. But whenever I get angry, and, I hope my mom takes time to watch the whole 40-minute video, maybe an hour long, but anger is never addressed towards her. It's never addressed towards one person. It's bottled up. And a lot of the times, maybe it's because someone said something that they shouldn't have. Maybe it's someone saying something that's wrong, and it just offends me. And it's not like, someone could walk up and be like, oh, I don't like this group of people, and that'll make me flip out. No, it's more like my father saying, I don't like what you're doing. I don't trust what you're doing. you're the reason for this, you're the reason for that, and that's what really gets me. And you know, some people will just be like, let it go in one ear and out the other. It's hard when you're the son, because you have to, you know that's your father, and that's never going to change. You know, and some people will be like, are you just doing this because of your father? And I'd be like, no, this is for me. 100% this is for me. You know, the only thing I'm doing for him is staying away. Because I know after this, he's not going to want any contact with me. I hope that does change, because I am his only son. You know, he apparently can't hang out with anyone for 6 months. That's perfectly fine by me. Heck, maybe even a year, 2 years, as long as it takes. But all I know is he needs to look at himself, just like I need to look at myself. We can't look at each other and see what we can fix about each other. We need to look at what we can fix about ourselves. And honestly, the best thing for me going forward is to have him separated from me until I become the person I want to be, and I know that I can be the very best Jonathan Gage I can be around him. And that when I'm around him, I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to think about the past. I'm just going to be me. And that's what's important here. I've been rambling on for a very long time, guys. I don't want to keep you guys much longer. I revealed the big news. Jonathan Gage is becoming my real name. For the future, I do look forward to communicating a lot more with you guys, becoming this character even more, you know, becoming more with my religion as well, because I do feel that God really did help me here. You know, I was in desperate need of a change, and he threw me a blueprint, or he sort of made a blueprint up and started building me up, broke me down, built me back up, and that's what I needed. So I'm so glad that I have all this support from friends and family. And this is not taking shots at anybody. This is just for me. You know, and just to end off this video, don't go hating on anybody. Don't go hating on my father or anything. This isn't about him anymore. This is about what I need to feel like I can let go of the past and move on with my life. Plus, you guys already know me as Jonathan Gage pretty much anyway, so that's not really going to change. But I really appreciate you guys if you stuck around for the entire duration of this video. If you did, I'm going to give you guys a hashtag to put in the comment section, or this video is not going to go on Facebook specifically, but I mean, if you are watching it from the link I post on Facebook, you can write in the Facebook comment section to, you know, right at the very bottom, write this hashtag down. Well, I gotta think of it. See, these things just pop in my head and I just think about it. But if you guys made it this far in the video, please make sure to comment hashtag JKG for WWE. There we go. A random hashtag that no one would think of, but make sure you comment that in all caps, JKG for WWE. So let me know you've made it this far in the video. And if you guys want to show your support, feel free, write a comment. I read every comment. I can't stress that enough. I always read comments, and I'm always replying to comments whenever I can. I always check Instagram, I always check Facebook, I always check Twitter. You guys can always reach me through those things. All of them, link in the description. And guys, thank you so much for watching this. Hope you're in support, and I can't wait to see what the rest of my life brings me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.